The People First podcast is a show presented by people with learning disabilities for our friends and community. We talk about issues that are important to us and interview interesting people to find out new information. This is the way to make a difference and have our voices heard.
Hello, and welcome to the People First podcast. Today, we are talking to Diane, one of the organisers for the Haworth Pride event. We worked with later this week. We wanted to talk to her about this event and why and learn more about all the other things she does. Welcome, Diane, to the show.
Oh, thank you, Graham. That was lovely.
Could you introduce yourself and explain what you do as a job, please?
Of course I can. So, the bookshop that's called Wave of Nostalgia is my bookshop, and it's been running in Haworth for 10 years, and it's my dream job. So I'm Diane, and I have a lovely bookshop in Haworth that is full of...
Nowhere for me.
Have you been to Haworth? Have you?
I went up there that way anyway, didn't you?
Oh, good. Do come in and say hello, Sarah. We love to welcome new customers, old customers, and recommend books to everybody. I love my job.
Why do you specialise in the books this focused on strong woman LGBTQ and nature community immersion?
That's a very good question. And the reason I specialise is because there is an awful lot of books in the world, and my shop's very small, and I don't think I could fit them all in there. So I decided to go with books that I really love. So the focus of the books, that the idea that I really love, books that are written about and by strong women, conservation, because I really believe in nature and I love nature and knowing more about that, and LGBTQ, because I think we should all be equal, and in this world where some people are pushed out a little bit, I think LGBTQ, such a wonderful group of people, that's what I wanted to focus on. And also Haworth, where my shop is where the Bronte sisters grew up.
Yes, it is.
And they are such strong women. I thought,
Yes.
Home of the Brontes, home of strong women, and that's the strap line that I use for my shop. So that's why I focused, because I didn't have enough space, and I thought if I focus on the things that I love, it will be easier to sell those things because I can explain what they're about.
Do you run an event to book reading?
I do, and I've got 3 different events coming up this week. So we're going to talk about Haworth Pride in a minute, the first Haworth Pride. So to celebrate that, I thought it would be nice to have some events before Saturday, when the main day is of Haworth Pride. So on Wednesday this week, which is the 25th of June, we've got Christine Sanders coming to perform her poetry called Women. And it's about Anne Lister, who grew up in Halifax, and you might know her from the television programme Gentleman Jack.
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
So that's Anne Lister. I know there's another one. You're on it, you are. We have a little saying in the shop, we say on it like a Bronte bonnet, which is supposed to be funny, but I guess you get tired of hearing it when you've heard it a few times. So we've got Christine Sanders on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, we've got a lovely gentleman called Kane Crooks. I'm calling him a gentleman. He's actually a young man, and he's written a poetry book called Blooming Us, which is all about nature. And it's just the very short poems, but the very personal and memorable poems. And it's his first poetry book. So he's going to be reading from that on Thursday. And then on Saturday, it's the Haworth Pride. But we do have an event at lunchtime at 1:00. And that's actually another first for us, because it's upside down cooking. Doesn't that sound funny? So the cookery book is called Upside Down Cooking. And it's by a guy called Dominic Franks, and he's coming to do that on Saturday. So that's 3 events this week. So we usually have 1 every week. So that's still quite a lot, isn't it, in a month? But it's extra special this week. So I love running events in the bookshop. And I think Amy's been to a couple of ours as well. And I think hopefully Amy enjoyed those as well.
I did. They were great.
I hope she's smiling now.
I am.
Good. Good.
You are helping organise the Haworth Pride. When where is it happen?
So, Haworth Pride is first one, and it's happening in Haworth in the West Lane Baptist Church. It's going to start just after 11 o'clock in the morning is the official opening, but there are some stalls and a cafe that will be open about 10 o'clock on Saturday the 28th of June. And then in the afternoon, hopefully, if it doesn't rain, we will be on the Central Park in Haworth, which is just a little bit lower down the hill. And that starts about 2:30. And then there's the event at our shop in the middle of that. So it's going to be, it's like the whole of Haworth, really, because people have put flags all the way up the street. If anybody wants to come and look, it looks gorgeous. All the streets, it's all flagged.
Yes, yeah, a lot of them look past that way.
Yeah. Have you seen them? Have you been and visited and seen the flags?
Yeah,
It looks really spectacular. And I'm helping organise it, but it's really just loads of volunteers and people just giving the time to do things. So we don't really have, that committee thing. We don't really have a committee. We're just friends, just organising it. And it's just all happening and come together really beautifully. And I'm just, I'm really proud of Pride. I think it's going to be a very exciting day. And I hope it's the first of many more.
But you didn't more info about the different things happening, how Pride.
Yeah, of course I can, Graham. So, West Lane Baptist Church will be open from about 10 o'clock for people to come along and have a look. There's a Rainbow Cafe that's downstairs, and there'll be some makers' stalls. So, LGBTQ people will be making, there's jewellery, and I think somebody's got some candles.
all of them. I like candle making and then jewellery making.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And I think we decided if anybody wanted to donate some money when they get a tea or a coffee, because it's all free, we're going to donate that to the Equity Partnership, which is based in Bradford, I think. And that's a charity that helps support LGBTQ people in the local community. And Equity Partnership are bringing some things to make flags and banners and things. So that's going to be fun. And then upstairs in the church at 11:15, the event will be opened. And then Gay Abandon Choir, there's about 40 people singing, and they're going to sing to us for about 40 minutes. I don't know what songs they're going to be, but I know they're going to be uplifting songs. And after that, for about half an hour, there's going to be a lovely man called Matt Monroe, who is going to sing some great diva songs and get us on our feet dancing. And that should finish about 12:30, 1:45. And then at our bookshop, we've got this cookery demonstration. And then from 2 o'clock in Central Park, there's a DJ playing music, and you can take a picnic or buy a sandwich on your way down the hill to the park and sit and eat it on the grass. And then the choir and Matt Monroe will be singing again in the afternoon. So it's going to be a whole day of fun and smiling and singing and just really enjoying ourselves.
Why is important to have pride?
Right.
So I think it's really important to have Pride events because we should all be equal. We should all have, whether it's Pride or whether it's race or whatever it is, we should all be equal. And I think the community spirit that's come together to put this Pride together is absolutely phenomenal. And it just shows when you put your positive energy together, how everybody can actually work and make something wonderful happen. And it did actually start because someone that came to one of my coffee mornings, because we have an LGBTQ coffee morning, the first Saturday of every month at 11:30 in our shop. And we just sit and chat. There were a couple of women that are married, and someone had said something to them that was a little bit negative and they were a bit unhappy. And I said, why don't we have a Haworth Pride and just show everybody? how the community all stick together in Haworth and how it's a lovely place to be. And I do think that is really important to make sure that everybody's looking after everybody else and it's visible. And it's so visible at the moment with all these rainbows. Just so happy. And I've had such great feedback from customers and visitors saying how colourful and supportive and just the feeling of positivity in Haworth Village at the moment is just amazing. So I think it's really important because it is visible. We can see with the flags and people are all happy and talking about it and working together, and that is the most important thing for me.
How can people get involved or support Haworth Pride?
So because we don't have a committee or anything really, and it's people helping each other, I would just say if somebody wants to come and help, to come to the church and just make themselves known and just say, I'd like to help, and we'll always find something for somebody to do. Whether it's setting tables up or putting some chairs away or whatever it is, and just support Haworth Pride by just talking about it and inviting people, because it is all free. It's just people coming along and getting involved and just doing what they can, basically.
What impact do you have our pride will have on the local community?
Okay, so a positive one, hopefully, Graham. I hope it's going to have a really positive impact and that it's a fantastic day and a week of love and kindness to everybody. The coffee shop halfway up the hill called Villette have made rainbow biscuits and they've been on sale for nearly 2 weeks now, and they're selling loads of them and people are really happy to be sharing rainbows. And I just hope that love and kindness happens and continues all during the year, and that we can have another Pride next year, because it shouldn't just be a week or a month of Pride. It should be all the time, shouldn't it? We should be embracing it and welcoming people into our community all the time and being understanding, I think, to everybody's different views. So let's hope it's a positive impact. That's what I hope it's going to be.
What is your favourite part of work in bookshop?
Ooh, the favourite part. I think the favourite part is meeting people, sometimes for the first time, like I'm meeting you all for the first time. And then also welcoming people back again when they've been and bought a book or just come to say hello, just to say I'm back in Haworth, I'm visiting again. Those are my favourite parts. So the people are the most important thing. There's just so much in a bookshop. It's lovely. In fact, it's not like a job at all. It's just fun all the time. There's a bit of hard work involved, honestly, but it's just, I love books. So I like to be surrounded by books. I really enjoy it.
Where can people stay up to date on news about Haworth Pride, and where can people learning more about your bookshop with of nostalgia?
So Haworth is full of posters that tell you all about what's going on in Pride. I have forgotten to mention that the Pride film called Pride is going to be shown at West Lane Baptist on Friday night, so that the people will see that on the poster. That poster is also, so it's in the shops and up and down on the street. There's a big banner at the top of Haworth as well. And then, of course, it's on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram. And it's on my website. So my website is waveofnostalgia.co.uk. And you can see all about my bookshop and some things about Pride on there, and all the events as well. You can see all those on the bookshop website. And then of course, we're doing this radio show too. We've done this little chat, so hopefully people will learn about it from here. And it was in the Keighley newspaper. In fact, some of it was on the front page. I've never been on the front page of the newspaper before. So it's very exciting. And I hope word of mouth, I hope people will talk about it and tell their friends and family to come along to this free first Haworth Pride in Haworth. It's going to be amazing. Thank you very much for asking me all these wonderful questions, by the way.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you again, Diane, for coming on the show. Remember, Haworth Pride will be taking place this Saturday across Haworth from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We hope we can. The end. Is there anything else you would like to add before we end the show?
I just want to say a great big thank you to Daniel, Graham, and Sarah. I hope you can all come at the weekend. It'd be lovely to see you, and just spread lots of love and rainbows. See you at the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane.
You're
Thanks very
welcome.
much.
Thanks.
See you at the
Emma.
weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.
Remember to comment, like and share on Facebook, Instagram, X. You can find us by searching for the People First Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon next time.